I traveled 1,100 miles to take a vocal lesson. Here's how it went. So it's 5 a.m. on a Wednesday. I am tired, getting out of bed slowly. And little did I know that same night I'd be at the Lowell Observatory looking up at the stars with a tour guide telling us about Orion's Belt when it's 17 degrees outside, freezing my hands, my butt off. So I'm get ready for my trip, go to the airport, and I passed through TSA in minutes, thankfully. And then, let's see, the cool thing about this trip was I used credit card points to pay for the hotel, the flight, and the rental car. So really my costs were for food and, of course, the lesson, which was a lot. It was for an hour of the teacher's time, and I do believe it was well worth it, which we will get into. So after the flight, went to get my rental car and had about a 2-hour drive from Phoenix to Flagstaff, and I didn't take a flight into Flagstaff because I knew it was going to be more money. I also thought it would be a nice drive out. Flagstaff is a very small airport, so I stuck to Phoenix. Flagstaff was about 7,000 feet elevation, so as I'm driving into Flagstaff, I'm seeing snow, like signs for elk crossing, right? And just beautiful, like foresty kind of stuff that I'm just not used to seeing in Newport Beach, California, right? So with the vocal lesson, I like to have at least 30 minutes of vocal exercises before I can really get into singing. So I knew that I wanted to schedule the lesson the day after I arrive, right? That way I can settle in, maybe do something in the nighttime when I arrive there, settle into the hotel, and be fresh, have the vocals fresh and ready by tomorrow around 11 a.m. when I actually had the lesson. All right, just got to Flagstaff. It's cold. It's like 35 degrees here. Windy also, which is really great. So beautiful. I saw a lot of snow on the way in. Maybe I'll get some later. Featuring my coffee. Gonna get some work done. So I get to the hotel, and the person at the front desk said, I said, what would be the breakfast that you guys have? These hotel breakfasts. I'm like, what can I expect here, right? Is it just it's going to be like some Kellogg cereal? Oh, it's a warm breakfast. Okay, great, warm breakfast. So I don't know what that means, if it's just oatmeal or what. So fortunately, I was able to get some work done in the morning the next day, eating eggs, bacon, pancakes, all that good stuff, banana, orange juice, coffee. I was there working for like 2 hours, getting some work done for my job. And cool thing about the night before was I was actually looking for live music. I think it's a great thing traveling to new places to find like live music and just see what like the locals play there and what the kind of vibe is. I called several restaurants and bars, and none of them had live music at the time, which I don't blame them. It was so cold outside. They seems like they just have live music there during the summer, which is totally fine. Instead, I went to the Lowell Observatory, saw the stars, really pretty. Flagstaff is a low light city, so the street lamps, the homes, residential homes in the area are all really like low lighting, which allows you to see the stars at night, which is unlike Orange County where I live or Los Angeles, right? So that was really great. Got home. Actually, I went to a brewery where I met some like people there and hung out, made some friends. Had some great pizza. I forget the name of that place. It was like Oregano's or something. There's also a place called Oregano's across from the Fairview Hotel where I was staying at. And then I check out of the hotel, go to the vocal lesson, and I'm doing like warm-ups in the car. And as soon as I get out of the car, it's about 10 minutes before the lesson. I wanted to be early, a little bit early. I mean, I was waiting there for a while, like just doing exercises. I actually drove to a nearby park to do exercises in the car. exercises every day, 30 minutes. Talk about like commitment to learning a craft. Ken Tamplin, the guy who I took the lessons from, mentioned that he really likes, when I met him, he said, and he says this on his videos, like he really likes musicians because because musicians have that understanding, of course, of that it takes several hours and countless hours in practicing on your own with your instrument to hone in on your craft. And I understand that with vocals, with guitar, it takes a lot of time, and I'd put in at least 30 minutes of vocal exercises at least 5 days a week, conservatively. So I get out of the car and I hear, "Hey, Michael, like, you're a little early, but why don't you come up?" And it's like Ken's voice, and I walk up the steps into his studio in his home. The studio is attached to the home, really pretty. The way he's got the studio created, high ceilings, just beautiful walls. Anyway, it was a great meeting him and just chatting with him about like the future videos he's got going on. And then we had an hour lesson where we got to do a lot of exercises. First, I sang for him so he could get an idea of what my skill level is, which was great. And he had some great comments on my voice that were pleasantly a bit surprising. And it was reassuring, honestly, as a coach. It's with him, it's one thing. This is great for any teacher of any instrument, or just any teacher in general, actually. With one thing, you want to know what you're teaching, know about that topic in detail, the depth of it, right? But also, being able to teach is an entirely different skill, where you can communicate what you know in your head, given it's hopefully accurate, to the person you're teaching it to. And that's a whole other thing that requires patience and communication skills and empathy, and being able to put yourself in the other person's shoes and saying, this is a beginner, or this person is at this level. How can I communicate to that person? I think that Ken Tamplin does that very well. And I was a little shy or just nervous meeting him. I was like, okay, this is the guy I've listened to this voice for every day, at least in half an hour, telling me about how to do this and this. So hopefully it's good. And let me tell you, when you're taking a course, it's one thing, but actually in person, getting critique and feedback from a vocal coach is a whole other thing. I think it's great. With Ken specifically, I thought in this situation, it would be better to be in person versus a webcam thing, because I could have done that. It would have been the same price. But I think I'm going to get better feedback when he can actually hear and see up close in the best resolution possible in person how I'm singing, what my technique is. So that was really great, and I'm going to put a little video of the lesson.
There you go. Good. Remember, we're not trying to stick the tongue out. We just want to gently touch it. Come back down. Drop the jaw.
So do you mean to like lower, like
drop
open
it
higher?
Open it up.
Open
like the
higher.
doctor wants to see your tonsils.
Yeah.
If I was a doctor, I could not see your tonsils right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So think of it in terms like the back of the throat opening up. Right, good. Now, you're covering the sound a little bit. It's okay right now down this low, but it's going to cost us range. Okay. So you can't go and like gag on the vowel.
So I'm closing up.
We need it really open. Okay? So think of like a big Italian guy. Pavi walks out, or Placido Domingo walks out, or Caruso walks out. Yeah. You're giving us this vowel. Think of it like that, okay?
He has an enthusiasm after doing this for several years. Just this enthusiasm of taking someone who did not have any pitch or a sense of pitch, good tone at all. It was weak, no dynamics, bad phrasing. And he's able to, in 7 months, make him a pretty good singer. So it's very cool. I think with anything, if you're learning a new skill, I want to make sure I can find the guy who's teaching that skill really well. And I believe I found that with Ken and vocals. So it was great. I plan to take another lesson in a few months here to just reassess. In the meantime, I continue to watch the video that I took of me singing in his critique and just helping get me like aware of why he would be giving this critique here and understand where he would come from with that critique so I can also self-correct better. So that is it. If you're watching up to this point and you like the video, please like, comment something you like about this video, thoughts on it, and what you'd like to see next. Please subscribe and see more videos. I'm going to planning on being more consistent with these posts. I think I've said that in multiple videos, so we'll hopefully get there. I would just say if you could take one thing from this video is what I'm doing is just this consistency in practicing your craft, whether it's with guitar or singing. Really, any new skill that you're learning is the patience in the right technique. Making sure you have a teacher or you're studying the right techniques that will get you there, and I believe you will get there with that level, with a high level of commitment, and you'll be more willing to commit to it when you believe that the technique is right and that it works for people. And that's what I found with his techniques specifically, was looking at the forums and other people. It's like there's people who did not know how to sing at all, and they did it. So why can't I do that? I'm willing to commit at a high level to do that, and I'll get it done. So I really enjoyed the trip. Not only was it just for vocals, it was just fun. A great experience, nice quick trip, 2 days, really, back on the flight home. And then that's really it. So for more great music content, please check it out. I'm going to be posting guitar covers, how-to videos, vocal stuff, all that good stuff. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.